Okay, I'm done with this. This is just too troll. If I get copyright claims for that, I'm literally going to just get so upset. Anyway, guys, so here is a new thing I created. It is the Tomahawk, and obviously it works crazy. Yeah. They are killing each other. It's not working. I can't show off the Tomahawk, guys. Come on. There we go. Now they're all facing me. Anyway, so as you can see, it's an axe, and you drop it, and you throw it, and you pick it up off the ground if it lands. And you can throw it any direction you want. Oh, I got one of them. Yeah. Getting stuck. There we go. I got another one of them. That was a pretty good shot. Go pick up some. Throw it. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. These guys have good strafing techniques. There we go. I got him. Okay, so as you can see, it works exactly like the Call of Duty Tomahawk, except with a different rotation, and it spins in a X-axis rotation. Anyway, so to craft it, you saw you just drop a an axe and an arrow, and it becomes a Tomahawk. Anyway, so let's fight some close range. Oh, yes. As you can see, you can't get too close to them or it won't work. And I just think that is a good feature, mainly because it prevents you from killing yourself, and it prevents them from, and it kind of makes it look like you, I don't know, it kind of makes it look like your throw wasn't strong enough. Anyway, so that's it for this demonstration, and I'll go into the actual specifics, but I just wanted to show that off for fun. Okay, so we're back in the command area where we started, and look at that beautiful helicopter I built. If you guys think this is the greatest helicopter on Earth, leave a comment like, this is the greatest helicopter on Earth, because I mean, look at it. Look, it's totally going to work. It's made out of stone. Very good material. Anyway, so this is the Tomahawk, based off of the Call of Duty Tomahawk, or throwing knife, or whatever you call it. And it uses all these command blocks to work, which is one reason why I can't make tacticals and lethals in the same one command. I may even need more than one command just to fit this in with the sticky grenade and with all the other things I have, excuse me. And it uses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 command scoreboards, and I set it all up as I was going in a way I could explain what's going on to you if you are interested. But it's pretty simple how it works. You have a Tomahawk, you drop it. After a brief second of the item in the air, it starts spinning in a circle if it was kind of hard for you to see at night. And yeah, so I'll get a better view of it. There you go. Spins in a circle, has those little particles, and wherever it lands, it leaves this item, and it's stuck. If it's on the floor, it'll be inside the ground, but you can still get it. It has a glowing aura, so you can see it through the wall, much like in Call of Duty Black Ops 2, where, except this is a little more standout, but ones in Black Ops 2 will have they'll have a little glow to it as well, but it's a yellow glow, and you can't see it that well. You can't really see it through walls, but I didn't really have any easy solution that won't cause more lag than already happens when you use this. Also, if you shoot it at a wall, it'll stick in the wall. And as you can see from that demonstration right there, it has an arc, projectile arc. It goes up and then down. It only goes up a little bit, but then it goes down quite a bit. If you get a jump throw, you can get it pretty high, but it'll just keep going down until it hits the ground at a certain point. It's parabolic motion, if you're wondering. And yeah, it's pretty much perfect parabola, if you know what that is. Anyway, so I'll go more into that later, but as you can see, it sticks in the wall. You go up to it, it gets the item, and it kills the armor stand. If you're wondering, it's not leaving some ghost armor stands in your world. It doesn't lag at all for me, but it may lag for you. But this is going to be a part of the one command creation, and you can use these one commands in any map that you want, just to have a cool Tomahawk. The only thing that it doesn't include is a elevation based mechanic. So if I shoot it looking straight up, the difference in how far it goes is that far, and if I shoot it straight, it goes about that far, and if I shoot it down, goes about that far. So there isn't a big difference. As you can see, the straight up went about one more block, and then the straight went one block before that, and the down went about one block before that. There's not much of a difference, but there is a big height difference. If you shoot straight down or nearly down, it'll hit anything that's directly in front of you, but if you shoot directly straight, it'll sometimes arc over it, and I'll give you a quick example here with a villager. And this took me like 2.5 hours, I believe, to make, but it took a while. There's a lot of issues, which I'll go into if you guys are interested in a little bit here. Stay for the video. So that obviously hit him in the face, and it doesn't kill it once it's on the ground. And let's see, if I go right here at his head, yeah, it just skims right over his head. He's safe. But if I go a little bit lower, it'll actually hit him. So there is a bit of an elevation determination, but it's not like crazy like in Call of Duty, how if you shoot it right here, it'll do a perfect curve depending on where you shoot it, and the curve will change every time. That would require a lot more command blocks and be a lot more laggy. But I think this is fairly nice. I just used in order to alter the height, all it's doing is, because it delays between when you drop the item and when it spawns in the armor stand, which has the axe, obviously, and that delay is causing the difference, because your armor stand could either start higher if you shoot it up high, like that, and like that, or the item starts lower because you shoot it straight at the ground, so the armor stand starts on the ground. But there is that was a 4-block difference. Anyway, so also if you jump and you're not close enough to it, it'll just stand and fall down, and you can get it again. So if I try jump shooting it, it'll sometimes work, but if it doesn't work, then it'll just fall straight down. And yeah, so here's our villager, and it works in pretty much every direction. It has some accuracy issues, and you have to be fairly accurate with it, which I think is good, because in Black Ops 2, getting kills with the combat axe was actually really hard, and you had to be pretty good at using it if you were going to get a long-range shot like this, which, see, I didn't even make it. Didn't even make it, but there we go. Yeah, so it's kind of harder the further you get away. The most effective distance is about 1 block between, I think. No, it's 2 blocks between. There we go. That's the effective distance. You have to be at least 2 blocks away. Just to kind of prevent the player from killing themselves. You can still kill yourself if you like run and go like that, and the thing somehow hits you. So try not to do it, because it is a little bit slower than you. That way you can actually see the Tomahawk. But yeah, so now I'm going to go into the specifics. If you don't care, I'll be releasing this in a 1-command version. So for the specifics, this is how I made it. Here's all the scoreboards, and there's a lot. I'm not going to go too specific for you guys, because I won't be able to explain how to recreate this, but it's pretty simple. Step 1, which is the first thing I did, was detect rotation. So if I go /scoreboard objectives, display sidebar, facing, this is my 16-degree facing rotation, and I just copied it from my other video. That's why it's very useful. But it detects 16 directions, which makes it fairly accurate towards where you're looking for how it throws. Fairly accurate. Yeah. Then it detects those directions. Then the next one is step 3, which is determine Tomahawk rotation, which is another scoreboard called T rotation, like so. And when I shoot the Tomahawk, based on my rotation score, it sets the Tomahawk that is right next to me that is brand new to that rotation score. So if I turn away, it will have a different score depending on where I'm facing, but it won't be updated, because how that works is really simple, and it won't change ones that get close to you or try to hit you. All that does is there's a tag. What I did for this, which is kind of interesting, is when it summons this armor stand with an axe in it, it has a tag called tnew, and then it sets the closest, in step 3, it sets your score of rotation of your facing to the armor stand, and it deletes the tnew. That way it determines that it's no longer new. It has a rotation score already set to it. Also, if you jump up and you're too far from it, it can't set the rotation score, because it only sets the rotation score for entities in a radius of 2. So if it doesn't have a rotation score after a brief moment, it'll become a dead one, which is basically what happens when it hits something, and sometimes you can't get it because that was way too high. Okay, and then for step 4, which is establish spin and throw arc. The throw arc is one scoreboard called throw arc, which basically it's just adding 1 to the armor stand over and over, and when it is and ignore those for now. When it's at a throw arc between 1 and 5, it goes up 0.1. If it's between 6 and 10, it goes up 0.1. If it's between 11 and 15, 0.05, then it skips to 21 because there's a brief moment where the elevation doesn't change, so that way it gives it an arc look, and then it goes down and it gets faster going down until it hits the fastest it goes down, which is negative 0.5, which is as far as it goes on the x-axis. So yeah, so it'll go down basically diagonally after a certain point. This is not a perfect parabola, but it's close enough. And next is the rotation, which it's just adding 1 to a rotation score, and when the rotation score gets to 7, it gets set back to 0. That way there is 8 total rotations, and this is the spin the axe, which each of these is a different position of the armor stand's head to spin it in a circle. I decided to do it in that kind of a circle because if I did it vertically, I would have to do a bunch of crazy command blocks, which was starting to take a really long time to basically orient the axe correctly so it's spinning vertically in the right direction, which would have been 16 of the different rotation ones for each one, and it would have taken forever. So I decided not to do that. And I think it still looks good this way. You guys can tell me what you think. I think it looks fine spinning in a circle. Looks pretty cool. Then we have step 6, which is rotational movement, and these are just what make the axe move in a direction. So if I just threw an axe and I didn't have this command block on, the axe would just go up and down. This one is what pushes it forward, and I split those up so that I didn't have to do one that like a whole throw arc for each rotation. And these are all established in my 16 direction video, so that's where I got all these numbers from. That should be in the teleportation based on the looking place. And then step 7 is to kill the entities. This is when the this one T kill prep is to determine like how long it takes until the axe is ready to kill something, so it doesn't just kill a player immediately. It does detect in a radius of 1, so when it's at 5, it executes at something that is not an arrow, not an armor stand, not an item frame. That way it doesn't kill your armor stands and item frames. And then it detects back at the tomahawk that's in that radius of 1 and adds T-hit to it. That way when it hits something, it has a tag called T-hit, which is which basically causes it to stop moving. Then in this next command block, you have it kills it. It's the same thing except instead of T-hit, it kills it. And this one is just another command block, which sets T-air. So what this set is for, which is step 8, detect the air. So this is just a bunch of scoreboards that basically add which remove the tomahawk tag so it doesn't find it as a tomahawk. And if it's not a tomahawk, it won't do the spin and it won't do the movement. So it removes that if the block it is in is air. So this just sets the block of 2 if the block it's in is air, and then it removes 1. So basically if the air goes away, it'll count down from 2 to 0 and it'll become non-air. And then the last one is pick up the axe, and this just executes at the axe and gives up the nearest player the axe and kills the nearest armor stand that is supposed to have the axe. And then this one gives it's a glowing effect, which I'm going to make this a disableable command on the outside and show you guys how to do it in the one command if you don't want that. And this is just a separate scoreboard I added so that they don't stay in the floor forever, because that would be really annoying. So once after about 50 seconds, it'll despawn. And that's about all that there is to this command. I'm sorry that I went a little into detail there, but I decided to explain it to you guys pretty well. But as you can see in a couple seconds here, and yeah, it'll despawn eventually. I'll come back when that despawns. But anyway, I just thought it was really fun to, just, oh, there you go, it's gone. To just, throw some axes, hurl some axes. You can actually get multi-kills with it if they're right next to each other, practically in the same block. There we go. Yeah. And even when there's 2 tomahawks, as you saw there was 2 tomahawks in the same block, the pickup system still works correctly, and I got all my tomahawks back. And yeah, I got 8 tomahawks, all the armor stands got deleted. So I thought that was cool too. Didn't even do anything to do that, it just happened to work out well, and that's really what happens a lot of the times in my builds. As you can see, these guys are a lot easier to hit when they're not moving. Maybe, I do plan, somebody suggested to do a score streak, so I'll probably do some Hellstrike missiles and some pretty sick things, and I may do a mini game and put it on my server. My server's not up yet because I only have Ballistic Wars, and I don't want to just have Ballistic Wars on the server. I'd want to have a couple mini games, so once I get a couple mini games, like maybe Call of Duty and Minecraft, and I'll just call it something else. Shh, don't let them know. Anyway, but I'll call it Call of Mining. I don't know, but I'm gonna call it something, and it'll be like Call of Duty and have all these functions like the Tomahawk and stuff, and that should be cool, and maybe some added ones of my own, just for originality. And then I'll add it on the server, and once I have like 2 or 3 mini games, I'll just keep the server on always and see how it goes, because it will be vanilla, which will be funny. And even then, he was just 1 block away, and I still killed him. Look at that. There you go. Well, if you're PvPing somebody, or somebody gets close to you in the game, you can just tomahawk them right in your face. It's very effective. But I'm sure the knife will be just as effective, which I would make. I'm going to make a knife, of course, because you need the knife. And that'll just be a one-hit click kill, which is what it should be. Or maybe I'll make it a little different. Anyway, point being, that's all I have for you guys today. I have a lot more things to upload, and we just got done doing week 6 of the Out of This Realm with Ron, and I haven't posted the past weeks because I believe it was 4, I didn't post because my audio didn't get picked up in Camtasia, which is my recording app, because I plugged in my headset afterwards. And so I'll be posting week 5 and a recap of week 4 and what we did. It wasn't too exciting, it was just making some banners, but it was kind of fun. Anyway guys, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later.